She seemingly picks this up and gives a passive-aggressive smirk, knowingly. I told you before, I didn't have sex with anyone other than you.
God, what an awkward convo. Walk with me for a second. You wake up in the morning, you climb out of bed, you go to the restroom, you do your business, you go to the kitchen, and you reach for what? The coffee canister, of course. You take your coffee canister, you put a few scoops in the new filter, you put some water in the coffee pot, you hit brew. For those of you that are more prepared than me or sophisticated, you have a timer and you do that at night. But for the most part, a lot of you, just like me, wake up in the morning for a wonderful cup of coffee. And if you don't have that thing in the morning, it's rough. Your day doesn't go by. There's a lot of caffeine alternatives out there, but who wants those? In the morning, a hot cup of coffee is just what the doctor ordered. When I was a kid, I didn't really like the stuff. My dad drank it. My family always had coffee at get-togethers and stuff. So they would make me coffee milk, so I felt like I'd fit in, right? A big old glass of milk, full of sugar, and like this much of coffee. Just enough to color it, but it had a little caffeine too, and it woke me up. I remember when I didn't like coffee at all, and I learned to like it when I worked overnights at a grocery store. When the guys kind of roped me in and was like, look, you was talking about having trouble staying awake, we're going to show you how to drink coffee. And it was kind of the coffee milk principle, right? You put a whole lot of cream in, a whole lot of sugar, and a little bit of coffee, and you get used to drinking it like that. And the longer I went, the more and more I got used to more coffee, less sweetener, more coffee, less cream. And I'm to the point now to where I still like the texture of it with cream, and I still like it to taste kind of sweet. I don't like it black, but I can drink it black. And even though a lot of people say there's health benefits in black coffee, I don't really drink coffee to be healthy. I drink it because it's comfortable. You know, it's because I like it. So a good cup of coffee is hard to pass up. And I saw a horror story about my last cup of coffee. and it was by Stranger Stories. And Stranger Stories always has some excellent twists. Listen, make sure to support the animation community. Head on over to Stranger Stories channel. Click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and if you like animation reactions like this one, click subscribe on this video as well. Let's get into the story. My final cup of coffee.
Thank you for making coffee, I say to my wife, even though it tastes horrible. She knows I hate hazelnut blends. I think to myself, taking another sip, I must pretend everything is normal.
So that's weird. Something's different going on. But honestly, it's true, man. If you get the wrong kind of coffee, I've had coffee with something called chicory in it, and I did not like it the least bit. The flavor is kind of weird. Some people are strange about what they like and what they don't like about coffee, and there's some flavors that aren't tolerant. I've had French vanilla and hazelnut creamers before, and they didn't seem to change the coffee that much, but honestly, if you drink it black, it's probably a little bit different. Let's see what happens.
If I want my plan to work, I look at my watch. I should have at least 20 more minutes. Our fighting had made this morning extremely awkward.
Oh,
She decided to GPS track the location on my phone when she was mandated to work night shifts.
Uh-oh.
My late night trips to the casinos and red light district had brought on an epic fight.
Red light district is strip clubs and stuff, right? I think that's what I got. We don't I live in the country. We don't have red light districts. We got red lights and we got districts, but we don't have red light districts. But yeah, going out late night at the bar when your wife has to work, that's got to be kind of awkward.
Did you see there's another missing prostitute? She asked, glaring over her tablet as she turned it for me to see. Was she one of the ones you liked?
Oh no.
I tried to give her a disarming smile to hide my relief.
Is he a murderer?
I take another sip of the coffee and hide my grimace at the taste. She seemingly picks this up and gives a passive-aggressive smirk, knowingly. I told you before, I didn't have sex with anyone other than you.
God, what an awkward convo. Look, cheating is one of those things that I was I've never really been able to overcome. I've done it once in my life. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I had. And it wasn't the type of cheating that I hoped to get away with. It was kind of like a gate. I know this is breaking off the story, okay? But the reason I cheated in the first place was because there was a girl pressuring me to move in with me. And I was not ready. And she questioned whether or not I loved her because I told her I loved her every day. And in my opinion, if you love someone, you can't cheat on them. So I wanted to see if I can actually go through with it. Well, after 13 shots of tequila and a random compliment on the dance floor, I made out with a girl. And it felt great. And I knew at that instant that I didn't love the girl that I had been telling I loved for a long time. So I did what any honorable person would do. I woke up the first thing in the morning, drove straight to her house, told her parents what I had did, and confronted her in the living room in front of them and told her that I was breaking up. It was very, very, very hard for me to do that, but it was a thing, and I felt like I had to do it. By the way, thanks for 500 subscribers. This is a bonus story just for that. Let's see what happens about this coffee situation, shall we?
I look to my watch. 15 minutes. I take a larger swig at the coffee, planning my exit.
What's going on in...
I don't believe you. Were you doing this even when I worked days? She inquired, setting the tablet down. Paying for women to sleep with, while I laid here untouched.
Wow.
Tears in her eyes now from the pain.
Oh, God.
She would never believe me, but I honestly did not have sex with any of them. Okay. Albeit I did touch them, binding them up and carving sections of their bodies off.
Oh, he is a murderer.
As they were my wife. It was the only way to handle her passive aggressiveness without hurting her.
Wow. So this dude felt resentment for his wife being passive aggressive. So he went to the red light district to torture prostitutes. What the F?
Honestly, I was thinking of her the whole time, but she wouldn't understand.
No.
Now, her insecurities had provided rock-solid evidence, placing me at the locations of several of the bodies. Her stupid insecurities triggered a series of events leading up to what I had to do this morning. I look at her and try to give a compassionate smile, taking her in. It would be the last time I saw her alive, and I wanted to remember her. Look, I have to get to work. We can talk more when I get home. I look to my watch. Only 8 minutes left. I take the remaining coffee in one full gulp. It's so bad that it's giving me heartburn.
Ugh.
As I stand, I become dizzy and nauseous. I steady myself on the table and chair. The taste in my mouth, it wasn't hazelnut.
Oh, snap!
Almonds. I look to my wife, holding back the vomit building in my throat.
She poisoned him!
She's smiling. Oh dear. When I said my first 2 husbands left, I meant they left this world. Nobody cheats on me.
What?
Her smile vicious as I began to vomit and shake, finally falling to the floor. I take a final look at my watch. 4 minutes. I wonder if she'll smell the gas before the explosion.
What? Oh my God, he took them both out. Strangest stories, guys. You got... This man is the king of twists. Listen, when it comes out, when bringing your mind into one place, you forget all about what he's tracking, the time he's tracking. It turns into, did she actually poison him? And then brings it right back to him doing something with the timer. Oh my God. Look, the man is very talented. Subscribe to his channel. Make sure to give him some love while you're over there. Tell him who sent you. Leave him a comment or something. Thank you, guys. I hope y'all really enjoyed this one. Thank y'all for 500 subscribers as well. Looking forward to continuing to provide excellent reaction videos for y'all. for the rest of my life. I really hope y'all enjoyed it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off, and we'll see you next time.